Ever feel a little stuck when you're trying to talk about the past in English? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today we're going to tackle the 20 most important irregular verbs. I'm talking about the ones you'll actually use every single day to get you speaking with way more confidence. Ready? Let's jump right in.
So, what's the big deal with these irregular verbs anyway? Well, in English, you've basically got two types. Regular verbs, they're easy, they're predictable. You just add ed. So, walk becomes walked. Simple. But irregular verbs, oh, they're the wild cards. Go turns into went. There's no simple rule, and that's exactly where most of us get tripped up.
And look, trying to memorize hundreds of these strange, unique words, it just feels impossible, right? It's a huge source of stress for English learners. It's probably the #1 reason people freeze up when they're trying to tell a great story about something that happened yesterday.
But here's the secret. You don't need to know all of them. Not right now, anyway. What if we could just reframe this massive challenge into a small, totally achievable goal? What if mastering just 20, only 20 key verbs could unlock like 90% of your daily conversations?
Yep, 20. That is the magic number. By focusing on just the most common, the most frequently used irregular verbs, you're going to build your confidence and fluency so much faster. It's all about working smarter, not harder. So, are you ready to meet your new best friends? Your essential 20. We've broken them down into really simple, memorable groups that you can start using literally the second this is over.
Okay, first up, verbs for getting around. Just notice how these completely change in the past tense. Go becomes went, take turns into took, and drive, that one becomes drove. See the examples? We went to Contain last summer. I took the MRT today. She drove to Yangmingshan. Can you think of a time you used one of these just this week?
And let's round out our movement verbs. Leave in the past is left, and fly becomes flew. Did you notice how the vowel sound changes in those? That's a super common pattern. Okay, that's 5 down, only 15 to go. You're doing awesome. All right, next group, verbs for connecting with people. This is a big one. The past tense of send is sent. For meet, it's met, and for write, it's wrote. These are absolutely crucial for your work life, your social life, everything really. And to finish up our communication group, we've got speak, which in the past is spoke, and understand, which becomes understood. Honestly, these two verbs right here, they are the foundation of any good conversation.
Okay, here we are. This is our biggest and, you could argue, our most important category, verbs for daily life. These are the actions you are doing and talking about all the time, so let's make sure we get them right.
Let's start with the absolute basics of just being alive. Eat, in the past, is ate, drink is drink, and buy is bought. Seriously, just stop and think. How many times have you already talked about these things today? Let's keep going with these daily actions. Give changes to gave, see becomes saw, and make turns into made. See how these little words are the key to sharing your experiences? They turn a simple fact into an actual story. And for our last group, let's look at verbs for thoughts and just states of being. Sleep becomes slept, find is found, think is thought, and know is knew. These are perfect for sharing what's going on inside your head, your opinions and experiences. And just like that, that's all 20. We did it! So you've seen the words, you've heard them used in sentences. Now it's time to really make them your own. Are you ready to put your new knowledge into practice? Let's do it!
Okay, so we're going to use our new verbs to tell a quick story about a busy day in Taipei. It's easy. I'll show you a sentence with a blank, and you just try to fill it in with the correct past tense verb. We're going to do this together.
Okay, here we go. Yesterday morning, I drank a quick cup of tea. What's the past tense of drink? You got it. Drank. And eat a sandwich. And eat becomes ate. Perfect. Then I take the bus to work. What about take? I took the bus. See? Excellent start. Let's keep this story going. In the afternoon, I meet my friend. The past tense of meet is met. Nice. She give me a gift. And give in the past is gave. Awesome. After work, I go to the supermarket, and go becomes went. You are really getting the hang of this. Let's finish up our busy day. At the supermarket, I buy some fruit.
Buy in the past tense is bought. Good. I see my old teacher there, and we speak for a few minutes. Okay, 2 in this one. See is saw, and speak is spoke. Perfect. And finally, I was tired, so I sleep early. And sleep becomes slept. Fantastic work. You just told a whole story.
You know, by doing that little exercise, you didn't just practice verbs, you made a huge leap. You went from just passively learning words to actively using them to communicate. And that right there is your new superpower. Seriously, take a second. Let that sink in. In just a few minutes, you have learned, practiced, and mastered the 20 most common irregular verbs in English. That is a massive step forward on your language journey. Be proud of that. I love this quote because it reminds us that the past is where all our stories and lessons live. And by mastering these verbs, you've just unlocked the ability to share all of those stories, all of those lessons, and connect with people on a way, way deeper level. You now have the keys to unlock countless stories about your own life, your own experiences. So your challenge is simple. Use them. Go out there and share something you did, something you saw, or something you thought. So, what story will you tell today?